Everyone, welcome to our story time. My name is Miss Laura and this is What We Hear in the New Year. So I'm recording this video in January 2022, which means it is officially a new year. Happy New Year, happy 2022, and welcome to our story time. Thank you for joining me. Our story time today is going to be all about different sounds and other things we can hear with our ears, right? We use our ears to hear sounds, right? What kind of sounds can you think of? Maybe animal sounds, or sounds that musical instruments make, or sounds that we hear outside when we're walking around, maybe rain or thunder or birds. That's an animal. Or a lawnmower going. Lots of machines make different sounds. So yes, we're going to talk about lots of different sounds that we can hear, but we're going to start our story time by thinking about some of the sounds that we can hear in our own homes or in our own space wherever you are today. If you're in a classroom, in your classroom, if in your house, then in your house. We're going to do that by closing our eyes. So everyone close your eyes and being very quiet. So I'm going to stop talking. We're all going to be very quiet and we're going to use our ears to hear what we can hear at wherever we are. Okay, what did you hear in your home? For example, at the library, I heard some heat going through the vents, so the air pushing through the vents here at the library. I also heard the ticking of the clock that's on the wall. And the last thing I heard were some patrons, some people who were talking outside in the stacks through the window that we have here in the storytime room. What did you guys hear? Did anyone hear any animals, like a dog or a cat? Maybe if you're home and you have a dog, you heard them moving around or barking. Did anyone hear any people talking like I did? Maybe if you're at school, you heard a teacher doing something. Yeah. So there's sounds all around us all the time. And today we're going to talk a little bit more about that. Our first book is about a sound that, some people are not a huge fan of. Some people don't like it because if you are maybe at nap time at school, or sometimes if your dad falls asleep on the couch or your sister is napping and you're in the room, you may hear them doing a sound like this. Snoring. And it's hard to sleep if someone around you is snoring. And also if you're awake, sometimes it's hard to play if they're making loud noises. So we're going to read our first book. It's called Stop Snoring, Bernard. And it's about a friend at the zoo who snores. Bernard loved living at the zoo. He loved mealtime, playtime, and best of all, nap time. But there was one little problem. Bernard snored loudly. One afternoon at nap time, Grumpy Giles had had enough. Snore somewhere else, Bernard, he said. Bernard tried sleeping in a lake, but that didn't work. Stop snoring, Bernard, the crocodile said. He tried sleeping in a fountain, but that didn't work either. Stop snoring, Bernard, said the giraffes. He even tried sleeping in a puddle, but that really didn't work. Stop snoring, Bernard, said the elephants. Bernard was sad and lonely. He found a tucked away place, curled up by himself, and drifted off to sleep. The other otters missed Bernard. They searched for him all through the night. The next morning, Bernard woke up and saw hundreds of bats on the ceiling. "Excuse me," he said, "how did you sleep with all my snoring?" "We didn't," replied a bat. "We were out all night, and now we are trying to sleep. So please don't snore here." Bernard felt terrible. There wasn't any place he could sleep without bothering somebody. He trudged toward the zoo gate. But then he heard something. It was the other otters. "We couldn't sleep without you," said Grumpy Giles, "and I'm sorry I yelled. Please come back." And from that day on, everyone napped happily. Well, almost everyone. The end. Okay, everybody, so today we are talking about all the different sounds we hear with our ears. But I also want to talk about some of our friends who don't use their ears in the same way that a lot of us do. So I'm talking about people who are hard of hearing or who are deaf, which means that they can't hear noises very well, so they talk with their hands and they just communicate with other people who talk with their hands. Oftentimes they can read your lips too, but today we're going to talk a little bit about how people who are friends who are deaf or hard of hearing talk with their hands. It's called sign language. And I learned a few signs today that I could share with you so that you could communicate with someone who doesn't hear the same way that we do. So today we're going to learn, "Hi, my name is," "How are you?" And then you can use that with your own name. I'm going to use my name today. So to say hi in sign language, you take 2 fingers, usually with your right hand or your dominant hand, and you put it up to your forehead. You just go. That's how you say hi. 2 fingers, forehead, hi. To say my, you take your whole hand and you put it up to your chest. You say my. So we have hi, my. And the next word we need to learn is name. So name uses both of our hands, and we put 2 fingers on each hand. We crisscross them like this, and we just tap a couple times. So we tap and we repeat the tap and say name. Hi, my name is, and then you would spell your name. I'm not going to teach you the whole alphabet for sign language today. So if you want to spell your name, you could look that up after the story time and then fill in there. But I'm going to spell my name, and my name is Laura. So we're going to spell it Laura. So to say, "Hi, my name is Laura," I would say, "Hi, my name is Laura." You would put your name. But like I said, you can say the words because oftentimes lip reading goes along with sign language. But we're going to be talking with our hands, so we can just be quiet and say, and that's, "Hi, my name is Laura." And then maybe you want to say a greeting like, "How are you?" So next I'm going to teach you "How are you?" How are you? You take 2 bent hands, you put them kind of right into the middle of your chest, and you say how. So how are you? And you point to the person, kind of lean forward. So it's, "How are you?" And that person may reply lots of different ways, sometimes just like thumbs up, good, not so good. Or one way I want to teach you to respond is to say, I'm fine. In English, a lot of times we say, I'm fine. And that is like this. We take our hand, like 5 fingers, like when we count to 5, open hand, and we just put our thumb to our chest. I'll go to the side. So our thumb is facing our chest, and we just say, fine. So I'm going to put it all together. I'll say it with words, and then I will say it not talking. It goes like this. Hi, my name is Laura. How are you? And then you may respond, I'm fine. I'm going to do it without talking now. All right, so American Sign Language is a pretty cool way to communicate, and it offers you the opportunity to talk to some of our friends who are hard of hearing or deaf. So that would be a really cool thing to learn if you're interested in, and you can find a lot of resources online or classes some schools have classes or some centers have classes on American Sign Language, and that is how to communicate with your hands. We're going to read our next book, and this is about different sounds. It's called, What Does Little Crocodile Say? The alarm clock goes, ring, ring. The tickle goes, tee. The water goes splash. And the zipper goes zip. The cookie goes plop. The door goes vroom. And the car goes vroom, vroom. The car door goes beep, beep. And the bell goes ding dong. The elephant says, good morning. And the stairs go hup, hup, hup. The pig says oink, oink. The cat says meow. The bird says tweet, tweet. And the frog says ribbit, ribbit. The wolf says arr. And what does little crocodile say? Wah! Wah! The book goes, once upon a time. The drum goes, rat-a-tat, 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 rat-a-tat. The trumpet goes, pa-pa-da. And the triangle goes, ting. The food goes, num, 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 num. And the milk goes, glug, 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 glug. The nap goes, the bubbles go pop. The door goes knock, knock. Big crocodile says peekaboo. And what does little crocodile say? The farewell goes, see you tomorrow. The end. So it didn't seem like little crocodile was all that excited about going to school, but she ended up having a lot of fun. And then at the end of the day, big crocodile came and picked her back up. And she said, "See you tomorrow." Those are all the things that little crocodile heard in her day at school. There were so many sounds. Do you hear any of those sounds when you're at school? Maybe snack time going nom nom nom. Of course, the food says nom nom nom. All right, guys. In our book that we just read, the animals said oink and aroo and a bunch of other animal sounds. But do you know some different animal sounds? If I quizzed you, do you think that you would be able to tell me what animal sounds I'm making? Let's see. I went to the farm one day, farm one day, farm one day, and I saw an animal on the way, and this is what he said. Moo. What animal says moo? Do you know? Of course, it's a cow. A cow says moo. Good job. Should we try another one? I went to the farm one day, farm one day, farm one day, and I saw an animal on the way, and this is what he said. Arf, 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 arf. I bet you know that one. Some of you may have heard it earlier when we were doing our listening activity. It's a dog! Of course it's a dog on the farm. All right, let's go back to the farm. Ready? I went to the farm one day, farm one day, farm one day, and I saw an animal on the way, and this is what he said. Neigh! What animal says neigh? Do you know? Is it a horse? A horse says neigh? Of course a horse says neigh. Or let's do one more on the farm. What do you think I'm going to do? I went to the farm one day, farm one day, farm one day. I saw an animal on the way, and this is what he said. Oink, 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 oink. What animal says oink? We heard about it in our book. Do you remember? It's a pig. All right, guys, let's leave the farm. Let's go somewhere else. You guys want to go to the jungle? All right, let's go to the jungle. We'll do a couple animals in the jungle. Ready? I went to the jungle one day, jungle one day, jungle one day, and I saw an animal on the way, and this is what he said. Roar! What animal says roar? There's a couple animals that say roar. Let's hear them. Maybe a lion or a cheetah. Maybe a panther says roar. A tiger says roar too. There's so many animals that say roar in the jungle. Did you get a couple? Good job. All right, let's keep going. I went to the jungle one day, jungle one day, jungle one day, and I saw an animal on the way, and this is what he said. Sss. What animal sounds like that? Sss. Slithering through the grass. It is a snake. You got it. It's a snake. All right, let's do one more. I went to the jungle one day, jungle one day, jungle one day, and I saw an animal on the way, and this is what he said. Oh, oh, ee, ee, ah, ah, oh, 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 ah, ah, ah. What animal sounds like that? Can you do that too? Oh, oh, ah, ah, ee, ee, ah, ah, oh, oh. It's a monkey, of course. You got it. All right. So I couldn't stump you. You guys got all of the animals that I put you up to the task to find. So I bet you also are going to be pretty good at this next book. This book is about how different animals say hello. Remember, we say things like hello or hi, and in sign language we say hi. And animals say it differently. This book is called say hello like this. A dog hello is licky and long. Like this. Bow wow 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 wow. A cat hello is prissy and proud. Like this. Purr, meow, purr, meow. A frog hello is jumpy and croaky. Like this. Croak, 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 croak. Croak. A chicken hello is floppy and plucky. Like this. Cluck, 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 cluck. Cheep, 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 cheep. A beetle hello is tiny and tappy. Like this. Tap, 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 tip, tap, tip, tap, tap. See how they use their antennas? Tip, tap, tip, tap, tip, tap. A donkey hellos is silly and happy. Like this. Hee-haw, hee-haw. Oh, what a noise. What a hullabaloo. There's just one hello missing. Let's hear it from you. Hello. You say hello like this. Can you say hello? Hello, animals. Hello, dog. Hello, cat. Hello, cow. The end. So lots of animals say hello in different ways. And remember, we say hello with like hi or hey or hello. But now it's actually time to say the opposite. It's time to say goodbye, because that's the end of our story time. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope that you learned a little bit. I hope that you had some fun with some sounds. I hope that you are thinking about all the things you can hear, and you even walk around and maybe listen for even more things you can hear after our story time today. My name is Miss Laura. One thing I'd love to hear is you coming to the library and saying, "Hi, Miss Laura," because we got a lot of fun stuff that you can pick up, and then also obviously books. And you know what? Just come say hi, all right? But for now, this is the end of our story time. I'll see you next time. Bye.